Hello there. Good morning. Good afternoon. You're watching the Williams Hour. Today I'm the host, Hassan Williams, and this is the co-host.
Good afternoon. I'm King Williams.
All right. And today's topic, I've been really thinking about this topic because what's going on in the world today is really what's going on. It's been going on for a long time. And this topic today we're going to talk about is conspiracy and racism. Okay. Now, this hour show we're going to do today is going to really inspire the people to start coming together, because what we're going through today is the conspiracy of what the government is doing. So I'm about to give a definition of what conspiracy means, and I'm gonna get into details of what's really going on with the conspiracy and the racism and stuff towards people. That's and this needs to stop, and it's making me mad because every day when I wake up, I see a lot of conspiracy that's going on in these jobs. Like when you walking down the street, you see conspiracy. Um, so for what I research of conspiracy, I got a couple of definitions, but I'm gonna get to the first one first. And the first one I found was a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Now, now I'm gonna let my brother go ahead and explain his story of what his meaning of what conspiracy of what he went through to through the conspiracies that he's going through. So I'm gonna let him go ahead and tell his story real quick. Before I really get into details of what I'm going to talk about. So I'm gonna let him tell his story about his part of conspiracy of what's going on with him.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. And what my brother pretty much saying about the conspiracy thing is like I'm a victim of it because I was living in Logan County, which is Bell Fountain, Ohio, and like I was a victim of getting accused of a conspiracy, meaning rape, and that's not who I am. And my brother, once he really get into details on what's really going on, that's when most people is going to have a better understanding, because that's not who I am as a person. That's not my character, and I got my children taken away just because of it, and that's not who I am as a person. This world is just sick-minded. It's just sick people in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to know what that woman did to me. It almost sent me to my grave, but got that mentality to keep fighting and keep pushing. Because a nigga, I'm sorry, if a man or a person ever did that, they wouldn't be fighting for their kids or anything. It's just a conspiracy theory that we're going to talk about, and then the racism part of it. You know what I'm saying? I was in my kids' life. I took care of all three of my kids. I got a daughter and two boys. I was in Logan County in 2016, which is Bell Fountain, Ohio. I got accused of something I would never, I repeat, never do. I got charged with two counts of rape. I am not that person. I am not that guy. That's just sick. It almost sent me to my grave. I would never, I repeat, never do nothing so sick minded and twisted. So I'm going to give this back to my brother, and we're going to get into details on what we're like talking about, meaning conspiracy and racism.
Okay, now like as he was saying, now they plan on getting his kids taken away from him. What he's trying to tell y'all, the conspiracy is not just what the government is doing to us, it's what the people that's following what the government is telling them to do. So what is it that we need to do to stop this conspiracy? Now I got a quote here. What what can possibly happen? It says, and I quote, A conspiracy to destroy the government. Okay, now what's going on right now with the conspiracy? Donald Trump, for example, the president of the United States, so-called the United States. Now, if we are supposed to be a group of people, a family, as one, why is we in the conspiracy of separating each other? And if this supposed to be the United States, why is this more of a divided states than the United States? That's the conspiracy part. Now, here's synonyms of what conspiracy is. And this is what's going on today with the government and what people is going on. When you got people walking down the street doing things, this is what they do. They plot, they scheme, they plan, machination, ploy, trick, ruse, subterfuge. Now, the plot, as you can see, you see that going on in the world today, a lot of plotting. You got gangs that forms a gang to come together and shoot and want to have a war with another gang member when they out here on these street corners saying, "Oh, I'm competing against you because I'm better than you selling drugs. I'm better than you shooting guns. I'm better than you getting women." No, that's a conspiracy because you're pretty much setting yourself up to be set up in this situation to where you can be murdered. When the next person sees you walking down the street, you can be murdered. You can be kidnapped. So now I'm gonna go ahead and speak on the African American point of view because look at it like this. You go to these cities where the government, uses these cities as like an asset. Like when you go to like Chicago, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, those type of cities right there, you always see a lot of sinning. You always see a lot of murders. You always see a lot of deaths. A lot of people behind the system. So that's a conspiracy. You got conspiracy in the prisons, conspiracy in the real world, conspiracies in these jobs. Anywhere you go, it's a conspiracy. It's because of what the government has got us doing. They trapped us into the bull that we're in now. Now they say, yeah, this is a heaven and hell. No, people. How are we supposed to have a great time if we don't have that peace of mind? If we don't have that peace of mind, and if we can't have peace within each other and for ourselves, we can't we ain't gonna be able to have a perfect world without our peoples coming together as a united people like we are supposed to be. That's why we are called the United States. We're more of the divided states than the United States. And then with the president we got in office right now, Donald Trump, he making it more worse and dividing everybody from not getting along with each other. Because think about it, I love white people. I love black people. I love all types of races. I'm not a racist person. And I don't like to do that conspiracy towards people because then that's not going to make my blessings come. So people want y'all to really watch this video and understand what I'm talking about or what the conspiracy that's going on today. It needs to stop. Because the more of these conspiracy, because we just giving the government more and more and more and more and more and more the advantage on us to take us out, to get us taken out by their boys, the police. And that's what they're doing too. They're in a conspiracy. When they like you go to these African American communities today, you got all these police brutalities. You know, you got the African Americans going up against the police. You know what I'm saying? And you go into these court systems. There's a conspiracy there. So if my brother gonna go ahead and say some more feedback of what I'm talking about, and he can go ahead and say so.
Okay, what he pretty much trying to say is like the system doesn't care about the people. You know what I'm saying? They hire these cops and all that just to take the people out, and that's what we're not looking at. It's like, how can we be scared of the police but quick enough to bring all these gangs together to take our own selves out? And that's what I never understood. Even as a kid, I never understood that. Like, how can we come together and form gangs to kill each other, but can't form a gang to kill these cops that's out here killing us and killing the people? Like, it's time for us to do something. It's time to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and like my brother said, we were born in Christian homes. But now that we manned up and grew up and figured all this out, it's time for everybody to know the truth. If you unfriend me, that's fine. If you block me, that's fine. If you don't talk to me no more, that's fine. But just know, what we're talking about is what people really need to pay attention to. And once again, I have three beautiful children. My daughter's name is Kiara, my son's name is Carson, and my other son is Kenyon. You know what I'm saying? That's the part he was talking about, the conspiracy part, because my children's mom, they, you know what I'm saying, teamed up or whatever, to come together to try to get me taken out on the conspiracy part, saying that I did something to my daughter and my son, which never was true. That's 100% true. I would never do that. Like, it's just time for us to come together, because the ones that's racist, their time is coming. The time is near. Their time is almost up. So I'm gonna give this back to my brother, and we're gonna talk more about what's going on, so y'all can have more of a better understanding.
Okay, like what he was saying is that, okay, with families, okay, there's a conspiracy with families. Now, a great family man would take care and provide for his children. Okay. Now, what he was trying to say is that with his three kids, he provided for all three of his kids, and then the grandmother of his children plotted, she schemed, and planned this all out to get him and his family separated to where he can't have his kids no more. And what she did was a messed up situation, because when I got a phone call, it messed my head up. And today I'm speaking because I'm exposing everybody out here that's out here being, that's on this conspiracy that's going on. Now, I'm gonna get into more of what it is. Now, I got another definition of conspiracy: the action of plotting or conspiring. Now, plotting, that's the part where he was just talking about his kids being taken. The grandmother plotted this all out. She eventually called the mother of the children, pulled her to the side, and made some false lies and accusations on my brother. That was her part of her conspiracy towards my brother. The action. She took the action of plotting. Meaning, what she did was, she was trying to brainwash these kids into telling them their dad is a bad man. Now, I know my brother. I grew up with him for 31 years. Since the time he came out the womb and I came out the womb. My brother, me and my brother, we've been together close for 30 fucking years. Excuse my language, but we've been together 30 years, and I know my brother wouldn't do that to his kids. As long as I've been around my brother and been around them kids when he had his kids, he never did nothing wrong. I never seen them kids did anything that, that shows that my brother did something to him. They never showed nothing like that. Now, look, with the synonym, like with the um quote example of the action of plotting and conspiring, they were clear of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Now, it's sad because look, during this whole process, right? My brother was fighting justice, trying to fight justice to get his kids back. Boom. And now it's a process or whatever to go through, just to, in order for you to have your family back. And that's why I don't like what the government is doing, how they set up people to, have to go to court for this to get their family reunited. And and then what's sad about this whole situation, they can't even tell us our heritage or whatever of our own kind, because they not going to tell us. They're going to destroy us more and get their commission, their money, just for us not to have our family. And we got to go through all of this, and we got to fight every day to have our family. No, this got to stop. This got to stop with the government. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm speaking my mind right now because this is going on a lot with these families separating. You got these kids in the system traumatized. They can't know their heritage of their family because the system told them down and telling them all, when you're in our system, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be great in our system. Now listen, we both was in the system too, before we had kids and everything. A conspiracy. They told us when we got into the system and got separated from our own family. This is what they specifically told us. Oh, we're going to help you if you're with us. We're going to make sure you go to college. We're going to make sure you get your own place. We're going to make sure we're going to help you get a job. During that whole time, not one time they made action to help me all of this stuff. I had to go out at 18 years old to do this all on my own. This is how I learned my own adversity, because the system wasn't going to help me learn my adversity. So I had to go out there at 18 years old and do my own thing. Come up, grind. Just like this video shoot that I'm doing, I'm grinding. I'm doing this on my own. I don't have to go down to to Hollywood just to be on camera doing this show. I'm doing this on my own time, my own terms. I work a part-time job, yeah, but at the same time, I'm still grinding. Now, the synonyms for that is plotting, collusion, intrigue, connivance, machinist, collaboration, and then, quote, conspiracy to commit murder. Now, what you see there, now that is a conspiracy when somebody's out here committing murders. That's in conspiracy, because it could be about I'm better than you. Like, it's like, for example, drug dealers. You got these drug dealers out here competing to see who sells the best drugs, who 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 gets the most money, who got the better girls, women, who got the better guns, who got this better, this not. That's a competition. Why is we competing against each other when we supposed to be together, helping each other in a time of need? When we need something, like what we're going through with the government, we giving them the advantage because they looking at us every day. We see that we're competing against each other. They laughing inside at us like, oh, look at these guys out here competing. Yeah, we're going to get these guys. We're watching them. We're watching them. Yes, we're watching y'all. That's how they feel when they see drug dealers and people in these games going against each other. They laughing because that's what they want. This is what the unlawful or harmful things that they can do to us, the people. You know what I'm saying? The government can do to the people. They can harm us unlawfully and take us down. So it's time for us people to start getting together and start being united like we are supposed to be, not divided.
Yeah. And like, if we don't be united, we're gonna be lost forever. And now I'm gonna speak my mind about the situation with my kids. What that woman did to me was foul. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever, ever do nothing like that. That is not my character, my vocabulary, nothing. This is what's been happening to us for years. When I say years, years. They don't want us to have nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't care what nobody say. I took care of my children. My kids loved me. And trust me, I'm going to fight. Fight, fight, fight. I'm going to fight this to the end. And trust me, I'm going to win. In the end, I'm going to win. I ain't never been no quitter. Nothing. I'm speaking from the heart. Nothing but pain. I got my kids taken away on some bullcrap lie. Bullcrap lie, though. So you mean to tell me she could get custody off a lie? off something I didn't do. That could have took me to my grave, got me sick. I had to get glasses because I almost went blind off of it. Really?
And yeah, and that's true because once the government gets a hold of you, they can mess your mind up. They can mess everything, your peace of mind, everything. They sit there and tell you, oh, this system is great for you. No, it's not. Don't believe that. Because look at it like this. You even see conspiracy in sports today. Now look what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to divide everybody from sports. Now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody back in the day, way before this going on, it everybody in sports, you know what I'm saying, like was doing things for the community. Or you know what I'm saying, stuff for the community. Now, once Donald Trump got into office and was to make sure that everybody be divided, his scheme was to make sure that he gets all the Muslims and all the illegal immigrants out of the United States, and he plotted to where he wants just to make America great. But no, he's making it worse. He's the worst dangerous man on this earth right now, everybody. If y'all fail to realize, Donald Trump Sr. and his kids are the most dangerous people that's on the face of this earth. Okay, and here's another example of conspiracy. Now, African Americans. You see why I'm shaking my head? Because this right here, I want all African Americans to listen to this. Now, like my brother was saying earlier, we form gangs, right? Bloods, Crips, folks, GDs, gangster disciples, GDs, whatever. We're forming that to go against another gang. Instead, and see, this is what the harmful part is. In the, you know what I'm saying? This is what the harmful of a secret plan by a group. That means gangs, cops, whatever, any gang. They're gonna come together and do something to make sure that you're harmed, and they do it unlawfully. Now these gangs that they are forming today, you got these young brothers out here walking down the street with guns. You know what I'm saying? When they could be reading the books, getting into the books, and then once they get stuck in the system, it's a, oh, I apologize. I didn't mean for this to happen. Oh, I want my mommy. I want my daddy. Oh, I should have never did this. Really? You should have thought about that before you picked up that gun. When you picked up that gun, you should have known the consequences behind all of this, because the government tells you it's okay to pick up a gun, but then when you go out there and commit a murder, they're gonna look at it as, yeah, you was a conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah.
This
Oh
whole
my God.
time.
Oh my God. That is the truth.
You was in conspiracy to commit murder this whole time because you listened to us, and now we got you, boy.
That's exactly how they look at it too.
They be like, yeah, we got you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They be like, we got you, boy. You ours now. Ain't no running or hiding. Cause you notice, once they catch them, and when they go to court, y'all notice when y'all watch the court, they be like, I apologize. I made a mistake. I hope God forgive me. God forgive you. They laughing at you as soon as you say that. They looking at it like, we're not going to forgive you. We're the government. Why would we forgive you? All you doing is making us laugh at you even more because you fell for our trap. That's the government's trap of getting the people off the streets. It's why people need to chill out and wake up and trying to be pretenders and learn to be winners.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's the truth. Because now that's the part of me when I'm saying the action of plotting or conspiring, because the government, their action is to make sure that they get everybody. Now, it's not just in the jail systems. Like, You see people out here that's doing drugs, right? Today, selling drugs. Okay. Now, you notice when these drug dealers is competing to sell drugs, they always got to have weapons involved. Because if somebody robs them, they're going to be a conspiracy to commit the murder because they've been robbed of their drugs. Stop doing what the government tells y'all, people. And then what kills me is you got today these women, these black women, they're in the conspiracy. Now listen, you see these women out here walking around here with these nasty looking clothes and sitting up here with shorts all the way up to their behinds just for people to see them, right? Now, you see a man that's gonna make that move or whatever. But here's the conspiracy part about this, right? Now, if you're in a relationship, right? Oh, this is now I'm speaking on them African American women. If you're in a relationship with your man, why is it that every time we sit and try to have a conversation and talk with y'all to see what's going on with your lives and how you doing with your life, it always turns into an argument. And then next thing you know, if we argue back with y'all, ring, ring, ring. Yes, I need an officer in my house because my man is beating on me.
Stupid shit. I mean, stupid stuff. Like, I don't. And that's what kills me about these cop callers nowadays too. Y'all sit here and think the police care about y'all. All y'all doing is making them richer. Y'all sitting here thinking they protecting y'all? Nah,
And they not putting no money in your pocket.
they not putting no money in your pocket, but they sure getting rich. And then
We
think
already
about it.
is putting money in their pocket when we paying these taxes. We already putting the money in their pocket. So why, when we picking up the phone and calling just to make them even more 10 times rich and get them a more paid vacations?
And that's why we need to, you know what I'm saying, from now on, when it comes to an issue or problem, let's just talk about it. Man to man, adult to an adult. Instead of getting the cops involved, because there's two things they care about more: arresting and killing.
And
So
that's
why?
conspiracy.
And that's a conspiracy. So
That's
I don't
conspiracy.
understand why people would rather want to deal with that, because these cops sit here and say, "Oh, I love my family. I care about." If you love and care about your family, why did you sell out and why are you killing the people? Because y'all's job is to protect and serve. Y'all ain't doing nothing for protecting and serving the government and not protecting and serving the people.
The
Why
real
the
survivors.
real survivors? Why are we under y'all though? I don't understand. Why are we got to be under y'all?
And now, this is the last part I'm going to say on the conspiracy now before I get to the racism. Now, I'm not a judgmental person and I don't judge nobody. Now, you like you said, like I said before, like the justice system, it is a conspiracy. Now, listen, now when you call in the cops, people, please don't do this no more because all they gonna do is brainwash you into telling you, oh, we're gonna protect you. No, they're not. All they doing is gonna make you worse. So when you plan to call the cops on us, right, sisters, African American sisters, you're not taking advantage of the fact that we are all Africans, and then you're giving them the more advantage of taking us away and separating us and lowering our population more when we're behind these bars or in this graveyard. Because like my brother was saying that the law enforcement out here today, they want to shoot. That's a conspiracy. They the action of plotting. So they plotting to kill people when they get that phone call. When they get that phone call, there's one or two things they're plotting to do: arrest you or kill you. Now, I'm about to get into the subject of racism. Now, you see that going on a lot, and it's been going on for years. And This subject right here, I love it because it is simple fact. I want everybody to know that I'm not a racist person. I dated white women. I dated black women. I even dated a Mexican. That just shows that I'm not racist. I don't have. This just shows that we all need to love each other, come together. Now, this is what I said in my last sermon about love and stuff because we do need to we do need to come together and love one another and have a good time and have now before I get into the actual meaning of racism. Now I see a lot of it today, like Donald Trump, our president. He's a racist person towards African Americans and Muslims and and
His own
Mexican,
people
and
too.
even to his own people, yo. Wake up, people. This man don't care. When y'all voted this man for this job, you notice this man is taking more vacations. He's on Twitter more often. Barack Obama was never on Twitter every day. George Bush was never on Twitter every day. And the presidents before them was never on Twitter. But you see Donald Trump on Twitter every time. Then you got that then, and it's sad, like, because you got to think about last year. Now, yes, this right here, I'm about to get to right here. This part, remember the Florida shooting that happened earlier this year, right? And you had some NBA players speaking on it, MLB players, NFL players, whatever, anybody, celebrities, all superstar celebrities, speaking on what was going on down in Florida. And Laura Ingraham, the Fox News anchor, now LeBron James and Kevin Durant both spoke on the Florida shooting. Now, before those two spoke on it, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, spoke on it first. Who is Kevin Durant's head coach, right? When he spoke on what was going on with that Florida shooting, you know what I'm saying, he bashed Trump. He bashed him. Yes, and I respect Steve Kerr for doing his job and his part of speaking, right? But here's the thing. Laura Ingraham, you didn't speak on what this man had at one time to about Trump. But here's your problem. When LeBron James and Kevin Durant speaks on it, you sit up there and tell us to shut up and go play basketball, and that they're mad that nobody voted for them for president. I guarantee you that both Durant and LeBron James will have a better chance of become president way before you got a chance to, because all you're doing is just reporting. So you need to shut up and report it.
Right.
Report what's going on in politics and what's going on these in the world. I don't see y'all reporting anything on the streets of us or the people out here on the streets that's real survivors that's working 10 times harder to pay your taxes every day. So you can sit up here and report what politics is going on. Y'all don't all y'all report is the politics of what's going on. Y'all don't report what's going on today when you got y'all cops out here shooting us, putting us behind bars. Y'all don't report that. Y'all smirk and laugh when that stuff happens. But when it comes to like John McCain, these other senators that worked for the government, y'all look so sad and y'all cry.
Having a special report
Having
on the
special
news.
report on the news,
What's going on, fellas?
special report and stuff like. But when it's one of us on the streets getting pow pow pow, y'all don't have no special report on us at all. So Laura Ingram, you need to shut your mouth, and I'm going to expose you because if you want to come back fire, because you're gonna be up for a rude awakening, sweetheart. So I'm gonna let my brother speak on what he got to say before I get into the details of racism, and so I'm gonna let him speak on.
And yeah, Laura Ingraham, you are a disgrace to America because you sit here and tell two athletes that are human too to shut up and dribble. Now, it's kind of funny that you tell them to shut up and dribble and they're doing more for their community than what you are. You sit here and say they mad because they didn't get voted in the White House. Then why aren't you in the White House? You can sit up here and report shit, but all you doing is dick riding. You're reporting Donald Trump. You ain't nothing. I want you to come back at me. I want you to come back with some fire because that's when I'm gonna retire you from Fox News. You a disgrace. I don't even see how you even got a job. You sick. Your mind is twisted. You ugly. You a bum. You dirty. You ratchet. You all a whole 9 yards.
And okay, now I got two definitions of what racism is, but I'm gonna go with the first one. And people, now I want y'all to understand, if we all can just get along, this world would be better. America will be great if we can get along. Donald Trump, what his meaning of making American great is to dividing everybody. So he wants to be the last man standing on earth, to have all this money, to have all this high power, have all this control. Oh, I'm a big baby. I want to have. I can't. If I don't get my way, then I'm gonna be a big baby. Then talking about disabled people. Now, the racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Now, prejudice, discrimination, and antagonism. That's three part of racism. Prejudice, meaning color. I'm black, you can be white. You can be Puerto Rican, you can be Mexican, whatever. It's that's just racist. Discrimination. Now you see discrimination everywhere. You see more in that than prejudice for real. Discrimination is more you see what you see on this earth today. Like you got to think about it. These jobs. You got most of these jobs that discriminate. Like I can go to most jobs and you see a percentage of more African Americans in one job. And you can go to another job and you see more percentage of Caucasian people. And then you can go to another job and you're going to see more percentage of Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and Africans in one group. That's the discrimination part. Because of the simple fact, if we all supposed to be here together as one family and as one United States, why is these jobs, separating themselves from each other, ourselves, and from other people then, if we supposed to be one? Ooh, ouch. Not too long ago, I worked in a factory where I had worked with Africans, Somalis, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, all all international people. I didn't have a problem with it because they one of us. They are peoples. I didn't discriminate. I didn't say, "Oh, I don't want to work with you because you're Mexican." "Oh, I don't want to work with you because you African. I don't like working with you." No, that's discrimination and antagonizing them. Because first of all, you're directing against someone, meaning if I went down the street and said, "I don't want to work for you because you Mexican, you work too fast," because this, I'm being discriminated. I'm discriminating them because of what they do, and I'm not following what they're doing, so I'm being racist about it. I shouldn't be like that because what they're doing is helping me become united, not divided.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the truth because once we're united, this world is fun to live in once we all come together. But when we're divided, we're all falling. United we stand, divided we fall. So remember that, people.
And I'm gonna give you another prime example. Now, 4 years ago, I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. Now, she was a white girl, and her parents was, of course, were white. Now, when we first got together, it was the first part of our relationship, the first part of that quarter of our relationship, it was hell with me. I went through hell with her parents because they they discriminated, they was prejudiced, they antagonized me, discriminated me, thinking that I was a kidnapper. Um, Now look, my first quarter of my relationship with her, right? Her parents were really at my neck, saying I'm a rapist, that I rape kids. They look at me as a mass murderer because I grew up in Cleveland. Now Cleveland is a hard-nosed, tough, blue-collar city, and by me coming from the city and I'm living in a town, it was a different environment. So they looked at me as like I was a racist, you know, person. And now, now, here's more prime examples, the synonyms for racism: racial discrimination, racialism, racialism, sorry, apologize, racial prejudice, xenophobia, chauvinism, bigotry, casterism. Now, here's a good quote of what really is an example of all of these, what these synonyms are. Aborigines are the main victims of racism of Australia. Now, you got the Australians is racist, you know what I'm saying? It's racism everywhere you go. But here in the United States, it's the worst because look at it like this: we got the best. We are the best nation in all the nation, right? Because we got the jobs, we got the, you know what I'm saying, the things that people from other nations can come and do, you know, have businesses or whatever. But like I said, that there's racism going on in these jobs and stuff, and and you see in this superior, inferior, and it's sad because you see this going on, and it's sad. We need to start getting together, people, and stop trying to do so much against each other. And you see, now you see this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. You got black people going against black people, racism towards black people. I see that every day. I'll be like, whoa. Now we are one image, right? We supposed to be created in one image. Why is we racist and killing each other for, people? Wake up and smell the damn coffee. I'm sick of this shit my damn self. Excuse my language, but I'm sick of it. Is that when we sitting up here pointing a gun at each other, helping the government get an advantage. I'm sick of this shit. I could go up here and point a gun at another brother for no reason and take him out, and that's like, oh, the government, oh, that's one brother,
That's exactly how they feel too. Another
yeah,
brother
yeah, you just helped us. Now you're going down for it, and we just gonna get money because you took a body out for us. We
Thanks
got
for
you,
helping
brother.
us. Thanks.
We got you, brother. Yeah. That's how they feel when we take it, when we help them when we give them the advantage. The government, y'all, stop doing this to each other. Now, here's the second definition of racism. And this is what's going on too. The belief that all members of each race possesses characteristics or abilities specific that all race to that race especially, so as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to other race or races. You see that going on today. Inferior or superior. The belief that all members of each race possesses characteristics or abilities. Woo! Ouch, peoples. Characteristics or abilities. Now, look at it like this. You got the whites, right? Now, they bash the hell out of each other. Like when you see in politics, for example, when they show these commercials on these senators, politicians, presidents, vice presidents, or whatever, you notice they always say, in I'm this such and such person, and I approve this message. You know they say that right when they first do the commercial, right? And then they be like, oh, this person did this. He's not caring for his peoples. He's this, and they just sitting up here bashing on each other and exposing each other. But here's the trick: when it comes to African Americans, why is it that we don't do that for each other? We don't come together to help ourselves and help each other out when it comes to like when we got a brother out here that's homeless, we say, oh fuck you because you homeless and all this. But when it comes to white people, they see they people out here, they help they people. We don't. We sit up here want to dog our own people, shoot at our people, telling them, oh fuck you, you a bum, rub our own people, and giving the government the advantage because we're lowering more of our population down when we killing each other, taking each other out for nothing. We are the most dominant race of all of them in all of the nation, right? But I don't look as black people is supposed to be here. No, we all supposed to be here as one family. But we not family because we racist towards each other. And it's getting sickening. Like real talk. If I came and said, bro, I'm about to go shoot this brother because I don't like him because he's just too black. Oh, because he's just too black. Oh, wow. That's racism. Discrimination. Like, I'm discriminating against my own brother.
Right.
Like, come on now. Like, come on now. Then the government sees that. They be like, it's something I can report now. 25-year-old Scott Downs, a brother from the south side of Columbus, has been shot and killed. You know how happy that amuses the government when they see that on TV that a brother is down. They be like, ching ching, pay vacation for me. That's how they feel when they see us down. Pay vacation for me. Yeah. Give me my extra bonus. Give me my commission. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. That's how they feel. That's how they feel.
Exactly how they feel.
When they see a body out here on the streets, especially when it's African Americans, I want everybody to hear this because I won't speak it right here. I don't care who gets mad or what. When they see an African American body out here on the street and they got to come out here and investigate, now they might not laugh on the outside, but the inside they're laughing. Oh.
They cracking up on the inside.
They laughing on the inside because they see that another brother is gone and that they see that we're continuing to kill each other. And what I don't understand is why are y'all continuing to fall for their conspiracy and their theory? Because all you doing is giving them an advantage to get richer and 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 richer. And y'all just more dumb and 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 stupid, 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 stupid. Is what he's trying to say. Look, peoples, look, African Americans, especially us, start getting along with each other, man. We shouldn't be fighting each other because if you read the Bible, it says we are all created in one image, right? That's what it says in the Bible, right? Why is we fighting each other? Why is we competing against each other to see who's the best drug dealer out here, who's the pimp out here, or who's the best, who gets the most pussy out here? Come on, brothers. It shouldn't even be about no competition. We should supposed to be helping each other. If I see a brother is messed up out here on the streets, I want to be like, look, come here, brother. Let me help you out a little bit. If I see a sister out here fucked up, I'm like, come here, sister. Let me help you, man. Come on now. Stop doing this to each other, man. Because the more we get taking each other out, we giving the white man the advantage. They laughing at us. They not caring for us. They laughing at us. They laughing at us because we did their job. We did their job for them. And look, and then after they do that, they go to the bar and have a drink. And niggas like, huh? Stop being stupid. And they want to go to the bar and get a drink. All you doing is getting more money in their pocket, and they celebrating with their buddies. And niggas, this is what kills me about black people. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Man, shut the fuck up with that, man. Black lives don't even matter to black people. That's what's pissing me the fuck off. How in the fuck we sit here and say, oh, we supposed to care for each other, and all we doing is killing? How's that caring? How? Can somebody explain to me how in is that caring? Like, seriously.
Now, anybody that's watching this video, I don't care if you don't watch it, don't subscribe to this video, but I'm just gonna speak the truth because today I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut. It's time to speak the truth. Look what generation we in. Look what president is in the office right now, y'all. He want us to divide from each other. He want us to divide from each other, and it's time to start coming together. We can sit up here and form these gangs to kill each other, but instead, we need to form a gang to the government because that's who our main rival is. The government. That's the main target right there is the government. They sit up here and form these armies and cops to come out here to these African American neighborhoods. They scared to come. That's why they sitting out here drawing weapons out on us and stuff. Because they scared. They scared of us. And if we keep showing that fear to them, what can they do? What can they do if we keep showing that fear to them? But no, we fearing them now. You know why? Because all these years that we gave them the advantage, they were so scared to come to the neighborhoods because of they see one body on the ground. It's time to take a stand, peoples. This racism thing that's going on today, it's time to take a stand. And if we don't, the government is just gonna keep on laughing and be amused. That's gonna keep making their day. That's gonna keep making their day. That's just gonna make them even more happy when they go home. Think about it. What's this book stands for? Huh? What's this book stands for? What do you see? A white piece of paper in black ink. That's what the system wants. They want to do stuff like that. They want to go down. They want to sit down every day and have something to write down every day. So African Americans, stop doing dumb shit out here. Start getting along with each other. Regardless if you don't know this person, get along with each other. Because this is how we're going to set up into get. This is how we're going to live right. This is how we're going to have peace on earth. This is how we're going to have our peace on earth if we start getting along with each other and start coming together. Now, 7 minutes left of this video. But during this 7 minutes, I would like to say now that I'm doing this video shoot because I don't want people to think that I'm bashing them during this video shoot and that I'm down in them. But I'm just trying to let people know, America know. Look, it's okay to have freedom, but it's the way that freedom y'all look at it as is not the way it's supposed to be. If we're gonna have freedom, we gotta have peace. We gotta have a peace of mind. We gotta have peace. Period. If we're gonna show love to people, we gotta have peace. I'm sick. I'm sick of that every day when I sit up here and watch the news. I'm sick of every day when I'm sitting up here watching the news that we gotta see one of our brothers or one of our sisters is on the news for murder. Why is that? Now we got 5 minutes left of the video. So if my brother got something to say, then I'm gonna let him go ahead and say what he got to say down the stretch. And then I want now people, like I said, I'm not here to try to bash you or try to down you. I just want y'all to really understand and listen to the message that I'm saying here, sending out to. Because everybody needs to learn that if we don't get along with each other, we never gonna have peace on this earth. So if my brother got something to say, we got 5 minutes left for this video, about 3 minutes left. So I'm gonna let my brother go ahead and say what he got to say, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this video. And then I'll thank you for tuning in to the Williams Hour.
Yeah. So this is the ending of the video, meaning like my brother just said, he made an example. We're not trying to be mean. We're not trying to, you know what I'm saying, have nobody change what they believe in. It's a simple fact that everybody needs to wake up and see what's going on. We all in this world as one. You don't have to like me, I don't have to like you, but I will respect you as long as you respect me. You know what I'm saying? I'll go my way, you go your way. But at the same time, it don't have to lead to no violence. I'm the type of guy now, I'd rather talk about it than to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Dead Presidents made in that song in 2001. Till we get there, he said, "I'd rather hug you than to shoot you." Because that's who the fuck we. I mean, That's who we really are. That's what we really supposed to do. You know, excuse my language. It was just out of the, you know what I'm saying, out of the heart. But at the same time, like, it's just time for us to be as one. You know what I'm saying? I love myself. I love my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lovable person. We come from Cleveland, Ohio, which is the land of the heart. We care. Think about it, the land of the heart.
And this is our passion. That's why you seen the passion in us doing this video, because it's just a heart. It's not being heartless. It's being having a heart to speak and having a peace of mind. Because now there's another part of racism right there. When people say, when they talk about Cleveland, Ohio, because they look bad, more bad of Cleveland than the positives of Cleveland. Now, the positive I'm going to say about Cleveland is the people that's there. We hardworking, blue collar, tough, with heart, dedication, and we grinders up there. But now, when you sit there and tell people you're from Cleveland, Ohio, here's their way of saying, "Oh, I heard about Cleveland. That's a bad spot. I don't want to ever go there because I heard so much bad things about Cleveland." If you ain't never been to Cleveland, how can you sit here and judge a city
That you never been
that
to.
you never been to? It's just like me saying it's bad in Houston, Texas, but I never been to Houston, Texas. I
Right.
got to go down there for myself to
To
see
see
it.
it. Yup.
This is how you're going to do your own research of what you see. You can't sit here and listen to what people tell you. You got to see
For
for
yourself.
yourself, peoples. Now, I'm gonna go ahead on and wrap this video up because we're out of time. And subscribe this video, and you can add comments to this video if you want. But I would love for you to comment on this video and subscribe this video. You're watching the Williams Hour. My name is Hassan Williams. I'm the host, and I want you to tune in next time on the Williams Hour. It's going to probably be Thursday or so, because I like to try to do my shows like every other day or so, just because I have a job and I like to try to motivate myself doing this video for the people and not for just me or my brother, just for the people to hear. This is a community work, public relation work. So I'm from your from your from Columbus, Ohio. I'm your host of the Williams Hour. I'm Hassan Williams.
And I'm the co-host of King Williams.
Thank you for tuning in to the Williams Hour. Subscribe this video. Thank you. It's been a blessing to do this video. Have a blessed day.